have a vote, popular vote. May I have your permission to extend this talk to 60 minutes or even 70 minutes? Please raise your hand as an exercise to show your approval. I'm going to surprise the organizers themselves. They are not aware. It's actually an interesting background to why they signed on the 6th, because he was actually doing a secret survey of Singapore Harbour at that time. So on the 7th, immediately the next morning, the survey ships left Singapore for Malacca, up north, because at that time, the British already established Malacca and Penang. Only Singapore was the new one. So that's the background to this chart, and was published in the newspaper Calcutta Journal on the 5th of April. So quite crowded, and especially the channel for native boats. In the official chart, that was erased, so that Farquhar, or Farquhar in Scottish, can claim credit for discovering New Harbour. Yeah, so in the history book, they say, he discovered New Harbour, but the surveyor already noted there's a channel for native boats, right? It's just unnamed only, but it's already there, there's a channel, so there's no discovery. It's just merely named by Farquhar as New Harbour. So this is the untold story. In Singapore. So at the peak in 1950, according to the write-up, there were about 300 kelongs in Singapore. So all along the coast of Singapore was scattered with kelongs. So in 1965, the government stopped issuing licenses for kelongs because of the first Opium War fought in China. The Padang in Singapore was actually used as an assembly area for the forces gathering from India and direct from UK before moving on to China to fight. So that was one of the, I think, points that there's a committee trying to apply for the United Nations intangible heritage. Like the. So this is a newspaper from 1848, quite late, but it shows that the Malays call it Pulau Pandan, Pandan River, the Pandan, and the English call it Sarin Shore. At that time, they were recording some place names. So the trees have all disappeared, they say. But aged natives say there were many trees on the reef in former times. Hence, the Malay call it a pulau or island. So probably due to maybe environmental changes or something. We come to the newspaper from 1827, one of the earliest newspaper we can get in Singapore currently, from National Library. This is actually a correspondence on the topic of piracy. So someone wrote in to say that you can entice the pirate praus, the ships. And Captain Campbell of HMS Cyrene, he actually disguised two of his boats to resemble trading praus. So they have to resort to this trickery to fight the pirates. So the Cyrene was actually here from December 1826, right after the end of the Burmese War, to Singapore, until they left Singapore for India in 1828. Come to the ship, HCS, Honorable Company Steamer, Diana. So this is actually from the Wikipedia, one of the rare paintings that shows the ship over there. So after Burmese War, the ship was transferred to the Burmese government. And in 1837, the Straits Settlement government bought it from the Burmese government and used it specifically for the anti-piracy over this Malacca Strait area. The piracy is actually a long-standing problem over this part of the world. So this is the thing. I have to include this Information Fusion Center. I think it's quite close to this venue, right? This is from their website. It's just to show that the problem is not new. It's an old problem. And this particular operation is not well, how should I say, known or recorded. If you read the ship's own account, the captain's biography or their memoirs, you will see them engaged in these anti-slavery operations, but not in the general history books. You rarely see them mentioned. But it's interesting when I see the IFC's roles and missions, they have this still renamed in a way. So in the olden days, it was this anti-slavery operations. Each chart has a title over here. So very big. So this is the title. So you see this, this one is very sensitive. So it was not shown on the website. Otherwise, the website could be banned by some countries, especially someone. And this one is the stamp, a chop. A chart of Singapore, obtained from a Japanese Navy interpreter at Rabbau, in the Pacific, Solomon Islands, that site, Rabbau is New Britain, now part of Papua New Guinea, in March 1946, and is in the Australian War Memorial. They are not very keen on this map. That's that when I saw it, it's quite significant because of the place and the timing. So I put this chart here because today is the 6th of September. Yesterday was the 5th of September. What's the significance of the 5th of September? Task of sinking Repulse and Prince of Wales. So eventually they accomplished their assigned mission. They put the killing torpedoes to both battleships. So that's the significance of this stamp, this chart on this chart. This is owned by someone from the unit that actually sank these two ships. After independence, we have the British Army land area, about 10%. However, nobody talk about the sea. You see, Singapore takes over territorial waters. Few people talk about it. Britannia ends the rule of these waves. Actually, the Navy jurisdiction extends eastward as far as Johor Shore Bay. Johor Shore is just somewhere here. And then to the westward side, to Pulau Sarimbun off the Lim Chu Kang coast. So this is rarely talked about and very difficult to find references and especially maps of this particular thing. British Admiralty waters actually of Singapore. So we did not get it back until it's different, right? Got something on top of it because there's a grid superimposed. The contents are the same. So it was published in May 9, 1975. That's just the date. So I found the documentation. It says the department published its first nautical chart on 9th of May. And I confirmed that the date is the first date, not the essay only. So this. Okay, now finally, the last one. To mark SG60. These are the latest charts. The latest charts are actually there, the physical charts. So it look similar, but the colors have changed. This is now print on demand. See again, there's this, oops, too fast. Something is moving, it's the same grid thing. So the title is still the same, now Port of Singapore.